Good news, everybody. The strangers are no longer strangers anymore because we now know everything about them. So, to answer your question, no. No, they do not redeem themselves, and I am just thankful that this abysmal trilogy is finally over. But anyways, welcome back, everybody. I told you guys I was going to start pumping out more long-form content, so here we go. Last night, I did a double feature with The Strangers Chapter 3 and Whistle, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to mentally recover from that. I don't know which movie was fucking worse. I'll probably do a full review on Whistle tomorrow as well. Got a lot to say about that one, but let's get into it. I don't know about you guys, but these were painful to watch. This entire trilogy was very painful. Like chapter 1, it was literally shot for shot of the OG Strangers. But everything that made the OG so great, the tension, the suspense, the mystery, they said, nah, let's leave that bullshit out. Let's just make this the Strangers for the brain rot generation. 6, 7! You know, those broccoli haired kids, they're gonna love it. And then Strangers Chapter 2, like one of the most pointless and boring movies in age. Like, who the fuck greenlit that script? Who approved that CGI hog scene? Just why? Why? I specifically remember when everyone was in an uproar about how bad Strangers Pray at Night was. Pray at Night is an absolute masterpiece compared to these. I would have gladly taken a trilogy from the Pray at Night piece than this any day. So chapter 3, this one starts a few years, I don't even remember. That's how much I've already blocked this movie out. But it starts before chapter 1. It's a little flashback segment. A young woman pulls up to a motel. She needs a room. The clerk is Dollface unmasked. She gives her room 24, and we get a little zoom in on the 24, so we know this is going to have some significance later in the movie. This woman gets attacked, she gets tied to a chair and murdered, then cut to Madeline Pesha's awful, worthless character in the junkyard, right where chapter 2 ended. Maya runs off, she ends up in this fucking hodunk church, Maskhead shows up unmasked, they have a civil conversation. They go on about how she killed Maskhead's girlfriend, he killed her boyfriend, they're even now. So she runs out of the church, she gets picked up by the sheriff, she eventually steals the sheriff's truck, and of course she crashes it, like why wouldn't she? She then gets picked up again by Sackhead, Sackhead takes her to dispose of Dollface's body, and then cut to another scene, he's trying to put the Dollface mask on Maya. He's trying to put the mask on Maya. So we know where this movie's going to go. They're going to try to make her the new Dollface. So I'm going to start getting into spoilers now. If you don't care, keep watching. Either way, it's pointless. The two strangers, they eventually take Maya to kill another couple in that room 24 from the beginning of the movie. It's a really awkward scene. Maya just stands there and then just randomly kills the other female stranger. And then Sackhead just stares at her. Like it's a really weird scene. But we learn that Sackhead is the sheriff's son. We learn why he helps the strangers. We learn why the whole town is also in on it. We learn who Samara is. And it's all in just such a short amount of time. And it just feels pointless and unneeded. Like, they are called the strangers for a reason. That is the mystery behind this whole thing. And they tell us everything. And in the worst kind of backstory you can imagine. So cut to the diner where the sheriff and his deputy are eating. Maya's sister, she shows up with like two other random dudes. They're obviously looking for Maya. And at this point, I'm kind of excited to have these new characters and their story introduced into this movie. Just something new. But it's very short-lived. Somebody tells them that the sheriff knows everything and that he has all the answers they need. So they follow the sheriff. And the sheriff knows that he's being followed, obviously. So he just leads them to their death. Very short-lived, pointless. So then we get to the final act, the last 10 minutes of this movie, and I thought this was going to take like a really badass turn. Like I thought they were really going to redeem themselves here because it turns into a straight up revenge movie. But again, it just ends up being very lackluster, and a word I've been using a lot this video, pointless. So she takes out the sheriff with a shotgun. Her and Sackhead have another very deep civil conversation. They embrace each other. They sniff each other. It's really fucking weird. But eventually Maya stabs Sackhead, and the ending scene is her walking away holding the Sackhead mask. That's it. The end of the Brain Rot trilogy, The Strangers. So some positives I will give this movie. It is the most entertaining out of the trilogy. Like, that's not saying much, but I will give it that. The soundtrack was pretty decent. There's a few shots cinematography wise that I thought looked really good. But other than that, everything else I just hated. I just, for the life of me, I can't figure out why this trilogy was made, the route they took with this, the awful characters they decided to go with. Like, everyone raves about Madeline Pesh. I thought she brought nothing to this franchise. She's emotionless, she's bland, like she wasn't it. This is literally one of the worst trilogies ever made. And I know Rennie Harlan can do better. Like, he's made some pretty decent movies. Like, have you ever seen Mindhunters? That's such an underrated gem. So again, I am just glad this thing is finally over. It just felt like the most brain rot cash grab thing in existence. Like, it felt like very little thought and no ambition went into making this trilogy. Like, none at all. And the craziest thing is, like, I know there's people out there that love this trilogy. Like, there's huge defenders of this trilogy, and there's nothing against you. I just don't understand. Like, I'm all for people expressing their opinions and everything, but this it's just bad. It's horrible, especially if you love the first movie. Like, this trilogy just feels like a slap in the face. It's just a cash grab, and I feel dumb for giving it my money. But this is what I do. I talk about fucking movies, so. But these are just my opinions. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for weekly horror content. Thank you guys for watching.